have confidence. No confidence.
This is a VTuber, a virtual YouTuber, basically a streamer who uses an anime avatar. They often do streams such as playing games, singing, creating songs, watch-alongs, general chatting. Some of them even do cooking with spiders. When most people think of VTubers, it's hard not to imagine the likes of Hololive or Kizuna AI, with personalities who have started to hit into the mainstream. I know, that's where I discovered them, but VTubers come in all kinds of shapes and sizes. They're all guys just like online. Just like online, they're all guys. They're all men just trying to seduce you just like online. Yeah. Yes, we've all heard it before. VTubers can come in all sorts of packages, but the magic behind them is believing. A good VTuber will make you believe they are a squirrel, friend, or fisherman. So of course there's a manga about a dad being a VTuber. My Dad's the Queen of All VTubers is brought to us in English by Kaiten Books. Currently in English there are 2 volumes released digitally and one of which physically. Created by Wataru Akashingo, it tells the story of if the most popular VTuber was a dad. Yeah, I can see where you're going with this already. Kizuki Yai, the so-called Queen of VTubers, has a huge fandom. Our protagonist, Takashi, is one of her top fans. He always tunes in, and he may even have a little bit of a crush on her. And of course his world comes crashing down as he discovers his dad is the VTuber. He also discovers his mom is also a VTuber, who isn't really that popular. Worry not, as this one actually does deliver on a lot of its premise. Now, I'm not going to lie, when I initially picked this up, I was really worried that it would rely far too much on the whole dad is a girl VTuber joke. But honestly, with the visual medium that is manga, it actually works rather well. We know going in that the joke is that it's the dad, so the author does choose to have quite a bit of fun with the entire premise. Our protagonist Takashi does serve as the whole reactor in the entire affair, being dragged along with his dad's and his mom's schemes and japes and just being force-fed into the whole online idol world. And to be honest, it works extremely well, giving us the audience a glimpse into how the magic I'm going to call it, how that all works and the time and effort that goes in to making things work so smoothly. Honestly, this one is really fun. There's a lot of great over-the-top characters, there's a lot of insanely hilarious character reactions and just scenarios. It pokes fun at the entire medium. Yes, we know that some VTubers who are girls are really guys in disguise, but you know, this takes that concept and runs wild with it. Having the dad explain things like how his catchphrase is essentially him conveying his feelings and also seeing how he built the entire idea of the VTuber on his wife is really heartwarming, only for them to then point out that his panty shots are essentially putting food on the table. It's one of those series that really manages to stick the gags, and rereading this for this video, I felt that I was still getting a lot of really loud laughs from it. Something that really doesn't happen all that often. Interestingly for me, the character I really enjoyed was the mom. She actually plays a VTuber who, well, she's not very popular. And people keep saying, oh well, you're actually a guy. However, interestingly enough, she isn't the usual pure idol. And in fact, she's kind of a dream smasher, if that's the word you want to call it. She's not pure at all. She drinks, she's obscene, she beats up people, but interestingly enough, I think that she would probably be the one who's actually insanely popular. For example, Korone, Kiara, Pekora, they're all insanely popular, and it's probably because they stand out. It's kind of amazing how she doesn't have a huge following, since she's actually pretty darn hilarious and often gets some of the best jokes in the volume. She's great. It's definitely worth talking about Takashi's descent into becoming a VTuber a little bit more. It's a weird one. It starts off in that he's simply helping his mother and father get better. However, eventually he just becomes part of the action. I do like the idea of the entire family being VTubers quite a bit, to be honest. Eventually he becomes a bunny girl and has the cringe of being a guy having to put on being a cute girl. Is it me or does that bunny girl look like a war criminal? Visually, the series is actually pretty decent. Again, I feel like it goes all in on the gags and we get tons of fantastic facial reactions in here. If you're a fan of Prison School or One Piece's facial reactions, you'll probably get some mileage here. Otherwise, the manga is pretty decent for a slice of life comedy. It's not going to win any awards visually, but it does the job and it does it rather well. Sadly, this series only made it to 3 volumes before ending, but you know, don't let that hold you back. There are a number of incredibly short titles that end before their time, and this one is one that I feel only has a limited time before the jokes start to get a little bit stale. Volume 1 was very good, so I'm definitely invested enough for the remaining volumes. Overall, My Dad's the Queen of All VTubers is, like I said, a really fun series. It's not going to win any awards, but hey, a lot of the series I covered don't do that. They're just genuinely fun. So, by all means, go check this one out. Like I said, there's 1 volume out physically and 2 volumes out digitally, so there's plenty of availability right there. And 3 volumes, you know, it's not a huge thing to kind of risk. It's not like, you know, Naruto.